Okay, I am going to do a video now of basically a showcase of where I'm up to with my Khemri Tomb King army. One thing that I've kind of decided upon is I'm not really going to do a how to build a skeleton video, or at least that's not my plan so far, because I'm just finding they're very easy to build, they're very clear cut about what to do, and really, if I try and make a video of actually putting a skeleton together, because it's got so many small parts, there's a good chance that I'm just basically going to struggle to build the video without constant pausing for ages to wait for things to dry and so on. So I might do one, but I'm not convinced that I will at this point. So what this video is more of a what I am doing and how I am trying to make them feel like they're dynamic. So actually engaged in battle to some extent, and I'm hoping what we will do by doing that is give you some inspiration for your own builds going forward. So what I've got here, I'll just have a quick zoom in here, pan around, is a unit that I have completed. So this here is a spear unit, as you can see. What I've tried to do is I've tried to make it so that it looks like they're responding to something that has happened on the battlefield. In this case, kind of like responding to a charge by getting their spears ready. Now, you can see the front rank, they've pushed their spears pretty much outwards. There's only 2 spearmen on the front rank, but you can see they've gone straight outwards. Moving to the second row, for the most part, all of them are slightly, not fully forward, but slightly further down. Then I've got another rank here, where again, they're in a slightly different position, but more elevated. And then as we head towards the back rank, as you can see, they're straight up, and that gives a feeling that the unit is in battle and responding to something. I've used every single type of skeleton leg in this unit to give them, again, more of a feeling that the unit is in action and moving. So some are very straight, others have a kind of a twist to the bodies, but basically to suggest that, the unit is responding to something. Now, this is where I've done quite a big difference with my bow unit, both bow units to be precise, and my second skeleton spearman unit. So this is where the big difference is coming in. So let's have a quick look. Now, this unit's still on the go, but you can see I'm going for all of the forward-facing legs, so the very forward-facing. The plan with these is these are going to be more of a at attention effect. So the whole unit is going to be spear straight. What I may do, however, is with the front rank, I'm probably going to give them all hand weapons and then actually potentially do a little bit of converting and have the spears on their backs on the front rank to basically give an impression that, again, they're at attention. The front rank has chosen to go for hand weapons and, just give it a little bit of difference to the other unit. Okay, so over here, this is where I think I'm going for some interesting stuff. You can see with my archers, every single one of them is using what you might call the skeleton legs, where one of the knees is bent. And unlike with my spear unit, now what I've done with the spear unit in particular, with pretty much every single one of these bodies, is I've put the left leg forward so that they're kind of leaning into the right leg with their spears forward. Now, with the archers, I'm doing it differently. I'm actually putting the bent leg, particularly the right foot forward, and then I've got the left foot acting as a brace. And I'll show you what kind of effect I'm getting as a result of that. So hopefully you can see this and it kind of makes sense what I'm going for. because I've put the right foot forward, I can then twist the body, or at least it makes it look like the body has twisted, and then the right arm is dominantly outwards. And you can see I've done a kind of step-by-step on how to build this, because as I said, I felt that trying to record myself doing this was prone to a lot of problems, to be quite honest. So started out with the legs, added the body, now put the quiver on and then the head, moved along to doing a bow, and you can see ideally it kind of, I hope, makes it look like they're either in the process of firing or prepare to firing. Then I've added a bow arm. You can see you get that nice little effect. It looks like they're leaning into a shoulder or leaning outwards to fire a bow. I don't know if that's a good position to fire a bow. I mean, I'm sure an expert bowman would be looking at this going, that's really rubbish way to to balance yourself to fire. But, you know, having a look at it, you can see there, it kind of gives the impression that they're in action and that they're actually firing. So although the legs are all the same, you know, the two types of legs being used, how I'm positioning the bodies, how I'm putting the bow arm and the string, the tension arm, I suppose. I don't know what that's officially called in archery, you know, but basically the right arm forward extended, the left arm pulling backwards. That's how I'm continuing on to, so, you know, again, this little pattern here is how I've built them up, basically. It's nothing particularly difficult, I hope, for someone to follow. Now, to add a bit of variety, of course, we've got the horseman. You can see I've tried to go for something very similar with these, you know, give the spears interesting positions if I can. And then over here, this is where I've decided to do a bit of stuff to make my units more, you know, interesting and personalised. So what I've done here is I didn't like the fact that the models were, well, the horses in particular were bare and had nothing on them. So I decided rather than put the quiver on the skeleton, I would attach it to the horse. And then it would kind of, you know, just add a bit of detail into the horse. Now, because I've added that in, then I thought, well, I need to have a strap to make it look like it's actually attached. So you've got the sword arm, you've got the quiver. I've had to shave the skeleton arm off that, by the way. And then I've added a strap. Now, I've deliberately made it so that it's long and hanging loose, because originally this would have been on a living horse. So I wanted to, you know, give that impression. Other things I've done, just to add a bit of character, is, you know, add a bow to the standard. I was debating which way to do this. I was really tempted, you see, to actually find a way to mount the standard on the horse and then have him still holding a bow. But I'm happy with the way that I've approached that one as well, by, again, shaving the hand off the actual bow, trying to correct it. Again, a strap hanging a bit loose. And that's just there to add a bit of character and originality to the unit. I've actually left a couple of them incomplete, so I haven't added any details, because I'm really tempted to do a video on how I've done that, because that's a very specific video I want to do. Okay, so that's my midpoint, I would suppose. Well, it's not even a midpoint, I've still got a lot to do, but a good point, basically, that I'm up to on my Tomb King's army. And I hope that what this video has done is maybe inspired you about how you will do them. Maybe thinking about, well, how can I make my units look dynamic, or doing a particular task or a particular job. Anyway, so that's it for this video. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Leave comments about your thoughts and you know your ideas, and I will see you in the next video.